today on 2+U Nevada.
It just gives us a good mental state. You can end the year with a nice fresh start. That way it's not just a rush when it comes to spring cleaning.
Looking for your fairy godmother? How you can purge your home of the clutter quickly.
What we like to say is that we make our customers' lives a little safer, a little easier every day. You're not spending the whole day Saturday after we're done doing laundry because it takes forever to dry your clothes. When we're done, you're going to dry that thing in less than an hour.
And doing laundry safely. We look at the truly gross buildup that can clog your dryer vent. We've got the wizard in-house to break down that gunk and the time you spend drying clothes.
The funds raised at all of our signature events go to everything that we do to ensure that we can award scholarships annually.
Plus the power of the purse. Isla Friedenthal joins us this afternoon to talk about the designer handbags you can snag at this year's event. You're watching 2+U Nevada. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. So yesterday, it was Mom. Today, it's Zach. This morning, as I'm blow drying my hair, Zach runs into the bathroom frantic. "Mom," he yells, "I just realized that I forgot my blue dinosaur at the Cheesecake Factory." Well, here's the deal. Dave took us to dinner there 2 nights ago. Once again, we got lucky. You know what? I realized I called this guy a dinosaur. He's a dragon. Well, anyway, here's the thing. It's not just Mom. It's not just Zach. I am far from perfect as I lose my cell phone all the time in my own darn home. Now, luckily, my watch has this handy dandy little thing that you just ping and you can find your cell phone just like that. But this leads me to think we can't be the only family with the forgetsies. What do you do in your household to remember items? You can't put an AirTag on everything, and I'm talking about items when you're out and about. If you have any tricks that we could learn from, please email me your suggestions. In fact, send us a video of your tricks so that we can share them with our friends at home. We have a fantastic show for you today. Don't go anywhere. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. So excited to have Jeff Knutson here with Dryer Vent Wizard. Jeff, I have used your services. You are so important for people when people aren't thinking about their dryer and home safety.
Home safety.
But you are absolutely a guy who can help prevent fires in a home.
Yes, what we like to say is that we make our customers' lives a little safer, a little easier every day. You're not spending the whole day Saturday after we're done doing laundry because it takes forever to dry your clothes. When we're done, you're going to dry that thing in less than an hour.
Well, and that's what I love too. Okay, so mamas or whoever is in charge of laundry at home, if your dryer is taking too long to dry, you were telling me there are some key points that you can tell whether your services are needed.
So if you got a newer dryer, it's going to shut off if it gets too hot and the clothes aren't dry yet. So you're having to turn them on again. That's one of the signs. It takes forever to dry clothes. If your dryer is getting hot to the touch on the top, that's a big warning sign. So what's happening is that your vent line is getting plugged up.
Just like this.
It's lint, and then it doesn't let the air and the moisture and stuff expel out. So your dryer just, it notices that it's not dry yet, so it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter.
And this is so disgusting, but also very true to life. This is exactly what you see on a daily basis when you're going to help with dryer vents. So, I mean, obviously these are what we typically pull off of the lint grate or whatever, but all this lint bypassed that and is getting stuck in the tubes. Now, what I find so interesting too is you were telling me, and Pat was telling me, when you serviced his home, some of these tubings go all the way up into the attic. So I think of it, oh, the dryer just goes right outside, but it can be going up, it could be going down. These pipes go all different directions.
All different directions. So if you're on a concrete slab, chances are it's going to go up to the roof, anywhere from 10 to 16 feet if it's a single story. Sometimes even farther.
And that's what this looks like.
This is what we find quite often on a roof. This is actually a J vent. It is not a dryer vent.
Okay.
So if it's a tile roof, we can't replace them, but we take this thing apart and we'll modify it a little bit to increase the airflow and then put it all back together.
Okay. So let's talk about when your services are needed. Usually a dryer is hot to the touch on the top or too hot, and your clothes are coming out wet or damp, or it's taking way too long for your dryer to work.
Yes.
So then we call you out, and I'm speaking because I know what you do, but tell folks at home, like, you've got 10 points or 14 points, like this checklist, that you verify and make sure that all these dryer vents are clean.
Yes. So when our technician arrives at the home, he's going to show up. He's going to ask you some questions about your laundry habits, how much laundry you do, how many people in the house. We're going to start our inspection. We have a 10-point checklist that we go through, and we look at everything from how the dryer is hooked up behind it, all the way out to where the termination comes out of the house. And depending on what we see, we may or may not climb underneath houses into crawl spaces or up into attics. We're definitely going to want, if it goes to the roof, we're definitely going to want to get up onto the roof to take a look at it. We do find issues, especially with this product right here.
Okay, and then you just grabbed this. This is what I'm used to seeing on the back side of my dryer, but these are a danger as well because they can kink too much, right?
Yes,
like if people like me push the dryer all the way back to the wall, and so with that you're getting far less movement
of air, yes, and it'll cause some back, like I say, it'll cause some back pressure, and lint will build up inside these things. We still see some of this old white vinyl stuff. If you have this has got to
Look
go.
at how it just broke apart.
Just falls apart.
Okay, and then the other thing that you were telling me, which I think is super cool, especially with the latest news that rats are, infesting the area and stuff like that. You have these super cool, what do you call these, where the air flows out?
That's a termination cover.
So a termination cover, and these are rodent proof.
Yes.
So let's talk about how these work, because this is what someone might typically see on their home right now.
Right. Most likely you got that on the house. We call that a builder special. It's fairly inexpensive. We can replace those if you're worried about rodents and stuff. We like this one. This is a no pest cover. It's got two flaps, and what happens is that when it shuts off, the first one shuts. It's kind of a wedge shape.
Yes,
it
I see
closes
that.
nice and tight, and then this one shuts. Rodents don't have thumbs. They don't work in pairs. So they can't, one doesn't open up and say, hey, George, climb inside. Whereas this one here, lint builds up underneath it, and it stays open. He puts his little nose in there, and boom, he's inside.
Oh my gosh. And then you were also saying do not use duct tape around these outside. And explain why.
Well, a lot of builders will use duct tape for the venting pipe, and if you've ever used duct tape in the sun, you know it doesn't hold up. Dryers are hot. The duct tape starts to fall apart and gets brittle and can cause leaks in the system, and we look at that too if we need to repair it. It's supposed to be a metal tape.
Okay. And let me ask you, because this is a constant battle in our household, so I'm going to throw Dave under the bus. How full should a dryer be when you are doing a dryer load?
I wouldn't fill it any more than halfway up the drum, at the most. Don't push every piece of clothing you own inside there, because it's got to be able to tumble around. The air's got to circulate. It's got to be able to evaporate that moisture that's in your clothes.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Where do people go to get an appointment with you? You
can book yourself an appointment online at dryerventwizard.com, or you can call our scheduling center at 866-498-7233.
Jeff, it is so good to see you. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I am so excited to have Jonathan Price here, the general manager and franchise partner of 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And Jonathan, I need to keep it real. I got some major junk in my house, so gonna be giving you a call after we chat today.
Sounds like a plan.
So talk to us about why now is the perfect time for people to be thinking about clearing out the clutter.
Well, in the time leading up to the holiday season, be it Thanksgiving or Christmas or even New Year's, we get a lot of guests in the home. We get a lot of reason to need more space. So calling us out will start that process of clearing everything out. give you the correct space to be able to host guests, to have your family in, and they're not nitpicking the little things that you're leaving around.
You know my life.
Yeah, you're not the first, certainly won't be the last, but we'd be more than happy to help everyone clear that out. Plus, it just gives us a good mental state. You can end the year with a nice fresh start. That way it's not just a rush when it comes to spring cleaning.
And what kinds of things do you see people getting rid of this time of year?
Oh,
or just in general?
Yeah, all sorts. I mean, we can handle anything but hazardous liquids, so wet paint, oil, fuel, things of that nature. But specifically during this year, it's the story of out with the old, in with the new. So if you're replacing your furniture, we can take the old. If you're getting rid of old electronics, we can get rid of that as well.
And electronics are very hard to get rid of. I speak from experience, like finding someone who will take an old TV as a donation. Nobody does that.
Correct. And on top of that, we'll even do our best to find new homes for those items, specializing in donating and in recycling. So all of that would be covered. And I mean, really, even if you're going to be stowing away presents for Christmas and you need that extra space to put those away, we can clear out the attic, the crawl space, the basement, whatever it may be.
So let's talk about a couple things that pinged in my head as you were chatting. What do you do with the junk after you take half of my home away?
Right. So it is a kind of a detailed process. The very first thing is we take everything back to our headquarters here in town. We'll sort it out for donatables, sort it out for recycling. The last thing we want to do is just dispose of everything. It would be a shame with most of the things that we pick up, because just because it says junk doesn't mean that it's trash. So we'll find new homes for those items and make sure that it gets back out into the community.
That's great to hear too, because then that's also sustainable, right?
Exactly.
Like, so you're making sure that somebody else is getting use out of it. So now in my head, as I'm like planning, okay, I got to give Jonathan a call here. Where do I put everything? Because like even your commercial is like, here you go, Jonathan, and boop, it disappears. But do you have like crates that people need to use, or do you have like, is it supposed to be in the garage? Can it be in the entry? Like, kind of walk through that process.
Right. So the beautiful thing is we are full service. So there's no putting it where it needs to go. It's already there. We will handle any item wherever it lies. Again, inside, outside, basements, attics, crawl spaces, we'll go anywhere to remove those items. All you have to do is point, and then we'll take it from there. Nothing's going to stop us on getting those areas clear.
Dang. Seriously, I was just telling my mom this weekend that I need a fairy godmother. That I need a fairy godmother to come in and just go, boop, and it's all gone.
I can bring a wand. I can make that happen.
I think one would look good on you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what is your advice right now for people looking to get rid of stuff?
Just get started. Most people would feel overwhelmed with the larger size projects as well. Thankfully, we can just start small. Maybe just focus on one room. Let's go through that room, find out what we can do to help you out. And then once you find out exactly what we can do for you, we can expand that to the rest of the home, the rest of the property, even going over to where you work. We'll do commercial business as well.
That's crazy. And then just for my knowledge, because again, I am going to be calling you, does a person pay by like square foot that's cleaned, or like cubic foot of stuff that you remove? Like, how does that work?
Yes, it's based on volume. So we have a rather large truck, a 15-yard truck to fill up. That can fit quite a bit of space, or quite a bit of material in that space. And it is based on that volume. And what we do is actually arrive, take a look at the entire property, then we'll give you a thorough evaluation of how much space that's going to take up. From there, provide a free estimate, no obligation to say yes, but if you do like what you hear, we get it done right away. And the entire time, we're just dedicated to making sure that you have a 5-star experience, with heavy emphasis on telling us when we're not delivering that.
Okay. And then again, you said the only thing that you don't take is hazardous material, or is there anything else in that we won't remove category?
No, you name it, we'll take it. Hot tubs, pianos, we've done demolition, old decks, especially with rain and snow destroying poorly built decks, we'll take those as well.
Okay, so your phone number is really easy to see. That's 1-800-GOT-JUNK. What's your website?
1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
There you go. Thank you so much for joining us this
Thank you.
afternoon. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada and continuing our series on reverse mortgages. We have Tom MacDonald here with Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. Tom, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I'm so excited that you're here. Now, you are bringing forward an actual real strategy for reverse mortgages that have been written about by this PhD, Dr. Wade Pfau.
Right. He focuses on helping people learn how to manage their retirement plan so that it lasts as long as they live.
Right. And honestly, we hope after we retire, whether that be in our mid 60s or early 70s, that we have a good 30 years.
Well, with longevity now, I'm aiming for another 50 myself.
Good for you. Good for you. That's what I would hope for.
Well, then we'll see what happens when we get there.
But, and with that, I mean, we really have to consider when it comes to retirement, okay, decades of need, changing prices, inflation that we have to consider when we're on a fixed income.
Right.
And folks at home, if they own their home, are sitting on a real asset.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what's Dr. Pfau say?
Well, he's saying that we need a buffer asset. And most people who have investments in the market have some sort of a buffer asset so that when the market goes down, but they need to be taking money out, they've usually put aside cash. So now the cash is sitting there earning very small interest rates, and it's not invested. So that's a buffer asset, but maybe not the best buffer asset.
Right. And you're talking about the stock market in a way where the philosophy and the general rule of thumb is when the market's down, don't take the money out,
Correct.
let the market come back up.
Right.
So,
Right. You don't want to sell stock when it's down because now it can't recover. So there's different buffer assets. There are, there's cash, there's CDs, there's annuities, lots of different things that people use. So a buffer asset technically is something that is not tied to the market, that you can dip into, that it's easily available to get to.
okay.
Another thing that people use is home equity line of credit, HELOCs. The problem there is that if you use a HELOC and you start taking money out, you have to now make payments. Well, if cash flow is an issue, making payments is counterproductive. We'll come back and talk about where the reverse mortgage might come into play in just a minute. But on the chart that we're looking at, let me explain sort of how that works. We're talking about a couple that have $1 million in the market. And this shows 4 different years where the stock market was down. So if they were to take funds out of the market in all 4 of those years, you can see that bottom line that ends at 1995 down at the very bottom of the chart. That's what would have happened. They would have run out of money.
Yeah.
Now what do they do if they're still living? That was 30 years, but still, we're starting to live longer. If they never took money out of the market during those down years, they used a buffer asset, and they could stay fully invested now because they didn't have to have just the cash. It's the line that points straight up out there at 1995.
And that's a considerable amount of money.
Right, we went not from going downhill from $1 million down to nothing, we went up from $1 million to $3.5 million if we could have stayed in the market that long, even though we're drawing funds for our retirement.
That's wonderful. That proves that people can then continue to live their life the way that they're used to living and maybe even take care of themselves if there are ailments or medical needs.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you were saying that we discussed HELOC, home equity line of credit. Now let's compare that to reverse mortgage line of credit.
Right, the big difference there, 2 major differences. One, you're not making monthly mortgage payments. So now, while you take money out, you haven't affected your cash flow. The other thing is the reverse mortgage can come with a growing line of credit. So over time, if you don't need one now, you start with a reverse mortgage that grows, so later in life when maybe you do need it, it's a very big number that may be able to take care of things. Things happen to us, right? We don't plan on them, but they happen. And so now you've got a place to go that doesn't affect your retirement plan, because you had a plan. You worked with your financial advisor perhaps, and you know exactly when that money is probably going to run out.
Right.
But now you have that line of credit to cover that. That's what I've done myself. I've we mentioned it on one of the other segments, I bought my house with a reverse mortgage. I've since paid it off so that I have that growing line of credit, because as I mentioned, I'm aiming for a lot of years to go, and so I want to have a backup in addition to my portfolio. And so the reverse mortgage, no monthly payment, no monthly mortgage payments. That's a big deal.
With 1 minute left, for anybody out there who might be considering this, or even for the children of parents out there who might be of a certain age, you know, how do they reach out to you? And it's best to probably just sit down and have this conversation with you face to face.
Right. There's a number on the screen. Give that a call. We'll talk. I'll gather some information so I make sure that this looks like a good approach for you. And then I can come sit down at your home and we'll go through a lot of details. And so the reverse mortgage is a learning process. It's different from what you might be used to, especially if you've bought and sold homes half a dozen times. It's different from a regular mortgage. So you need to learn things and understand how it works. So my opinion is anyone over 62 or approaching that should look into a reverse mortgage. They may choose not to do it, but they should at least understand what their choices are.
Wonderful. Tom, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. So excited to be at Ethan Allen again here on South Virginia Street with Christelle. Christelle, thanks so much for having us this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me.
You just told me, and I had no idea. This is the largest Ethan Allen in the country.
I know it's hard to imagine in Reno, Nevada.
That's fantastic. So you actually have people come and travel to your location, to your brick and mortar store, so that people can actually see the tangible furniture.
Yeah, it's very hard to be able to buy a sofa and not be able to sit. We have so many length and depth that we need to be able to sit, and comfort is everything. So.
It really is, yes. And you have 2 stories. How large is this showroom?
It's over 20,000 square feet. Yes, and then we do have our warehouse that's attached to our store. So all the furniture comes here. We inspect it before anything is delivered.
So with such a large store, people can actually sit in the couches, and that's a huge deal, right? For all different body types to be able to sit and feel the chairs, feel how comfortable they are, and whether it fits your body style.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we do pretty much have all the sofas and chairs that Ethan Allen carries. And so we have people coming through all over the state to try the furniture here in the store because we do have such a large display.
And then when people purchase or order their furniture, furniture has been taking a long time to get delivered. I was quite impressed with your delivery schedule. Talk to about that.
Yeah, so pretty much, so everything is custom. So a lot of the custom furniture anyway does take about 10 weeks since we do everything towards your own fabrics and the frames. You can pick your finishes, you can pick your own fabrics. So that takes about 10 weeks, I would say.
But even that's not that bad.
It's not too bad, no. And then it comes here and we inspect everything. So that's also a huge, huge advantage for our clients because we can eliminate any problems. And also we have a quick ship program too, that we can, if somebody needs something right away, we do have a lot of those furniture in our warehouse in Virginia, and we can get those within 2 to 3 weeks.
So 2 to 3 weeks at a minimum is fantastic for furniture, especially nowadays.
No, absolutely.
And you just turned the store with all new furniture.
Yes, so it's a big, big store. So it's a big job, but we do have new furniture coming. And so within like every couple of months, we're going to be switching the store around. So you're going to see new furniture in November. We have a new line coming, new chairs, new buffets.
What's the trend right now? What are we seeing?
A little bit more traditional, actually. We had like very modern for a while, and now it's becoming a little, like I said before, more transitional. So not everybody likes all modern. So we kind of mix and match, a little bit of everything.
And then you said each month you have an incentive to get people in the door?
Yes, so every month we do have a sale. it changes a little bit. And then we do have free financing as well.
Excellent information. So what are we seeing? What colors? You said more traditional as far as the bones go for furniture, but what are the colors that we're seeing now that's really taking off?
So it seems like more, the greens are coming back, believe it or not. For a while it was more of the blues, but now it's more earth tone.
Why is that? Bringing the outside in?
Yes. I think people likes to spend more time at home. It's more family, like spending more time, especially right now with the holidays coming in.
And speaking of family and the holidays, that in my mind, I think durability.
Yes.
And what I love is you told me a lot of the fabrics that Ethan Allen is using now, you can wash with soap and water.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
So they are treated. All the fabrics are being treated, so they're called performance fabric. And so you can literally wash them with soap and water. And so then you don't have to worry as much. When you have pets and kids, that's the last thing you want to do, and not wanting people to sit on your furniture or be worried about it. So.
And people can just walk in, right? Or do
Yes.
they need to schedule an appointment?
No, I mean, an appointment, it's always nice if you have a big project. So we want to make sure we spend enough time with you, and but everybody's welcome at any time. We open like all day, and I have a great staff. So.
What's your address? Who do they call?
So our address is 9065 South Virginia, and our phone number is 775-826-1722.
For the largest Ethan Allen in the country.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for having us this afternoon.
Thank you so much.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. So excited to be here at the beautiful Dragon Lights Reno with Hoi-Yen Liu, the event manager for Dragon Lights Reno. We are so excited to have you back in our community.
Thank you. So glad to be here too.
You're going to be here for more than 2 months.
Yeah.
What is fantastic is Dragon Lights Reno is now in the fall. So when we change hours, it's getting darker earlier.
Exactly.
Families have a better opportunity to get their kids out, of course, before that bedtime.
Yes. Yeah. We start at 6 these days, so and it goes until 10 p.m.
That's fantastic. And then you told me next month when we, what is that, spring forward, fall back. So when we fall back, the hours will also adjust.
Exactly. So it changes with the daylight time changes from now until November the 1st. We're open from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then starting from November the 2nd, we'll be open from 5 to 10 p.m. because the sun sets earlier.
So Hoi-Yen, what are we seeing behind us?
This is one of my favorite scenes. It's a huge bear sleeping on a rock with all the flowers and all the elements moving as well. And if you look closer, the bear actually snores and its belly goes up and down. So it's really fun to look at.
And of course, bear in hibernation, and we are in that hibernation season right now.
Yeah, that gives the vibe of that for sure.
Absolutely, and of course the unicorns. I mean, who doesn't love the unicorn? How many light groups do you have like this here at Rancho San Rafael, Wilbur D. May Arboretum?
Yeah, so we work with the landscape of the park, and we bring over 46 lantern groups this year, and that's over 1,000 or tens of thousands elements we're talking about.
And when you're talking an element, I'm thinking one unicorn is one element, one flower or lotus is one element.
Yes.
So how many again?
I would say tens of thousands. We can't count because there's just too many of them. Like for example, in the scene behind us, there's so many flowers and the horse and the unicorn and the birds, all the animals. This alone can be over 100 already. So, and then we're talking about 60 more, 60 group more. Yeah.
Fascinating. rarely each year do you see the same exhibit over and over. Here at Reno at the Wilbur D. May Arboretum, we may only have, what is it, the Dragon Tunnel?
Yeah, so every year we actually bring over 100% new displays, and even for the dragon is very iconic in our show because it's dragon lights, but we change up the dragon every year as well. In year one, when we did it the first time in 2018, it was a 200 feet long dragon that we placed in the center lawn in the Arboretum, but then we changed to another one that's like nocturnal last year, and this year it's changed again to another shape and another color. So people will be surprised when they come to see it.
You know, what's so cool about Dragon Lights Reno is you have so many different elements for different age groups and different sensory groups. What this year is good for the younger kids and what this year is good for sensory divergent families, and what should people know is the must-see this year?
That's a good question. So when we plan the show, we try to have children in mind and have like different people in mind because we try to create something for everybody. So when we're talking about younger kids, we might have them to go into the interactive playground with lots of games, and it's almost like a gym where you can exercise, so to release all the energy. And then we have a quieter space where you can just walk through in the ocean world. So it's quieter and it's a more like quiet and relaxed ambient there.
And then we're going to be on these bikes. Do these bikes, like the harder you pedal, the brighter they get? Explain that.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. So it's a good exercise if you're looking for some workout.
Boy, I need that.
You pedal it and then you change color of the display or make it brighter and brighter. So it'd be fun for all ages, I would say, as long as you can bike.
Fantastic, as long as you have enough air to, you know, get through all that.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, what is it about Reno and the Wilbur D. May Arboretum that has had you come back for so many years?
First of all, we really like the city because it's the tiniest, biggest city, and it's easier to reach the community here, I feel. So over the years, we've built a really good audience base, and we're getting more and more sponsors and partners over the years to join us in Dragon Lights. And then with the Arboretum, we see the changes here as well. They're adding more trees and plants, and that works really well with the displays because they just like integrate so like they blend in so well with the display here.
I find it so fascinating taking a look at the economic portion of Dragon Lights coming to Reno. Obviously, so many people come here for 2 months, but you are bringing people to our community. Can you speak to the number of people that come and stay in our community during the more than 2 months?
Yeah, we absolutely have a lot of people come through the show. And so last year when we changed from the summer to the fall season, we saw about over 70,000 people for the 2 months time, and a good portion of them came from out of the county and out of the state. So I'm happy to see that a lot of people are coming from afar to see the show as well.
If you're looking to get tickets, what's the website?
It'll be dragonlightsreno.org.
Thank you so much for hosting us. You're watching 2+U Nevada. Watching 2+U Nevada, and I'm so excited to have my friend Isla Friedenthal here with the Nevada Women's Fund joining us this afternoon. Isla, thank you so much.
Happy to be here.
So excited to have you, and this time we're talking about a very big fundraiser for the Nevada Women's Fund. Let's talk about Power of the Purse.
Power of the Purse. We have 2 signature fundraisers each year, as you know. Power of the Purse is our second one every November. It always falls the Friday before Thanksgiving because it's the kickoff to the holiday season. We invite women to shop, eat, drink, and then throughout the evening, we raffle off gorgeous designer and luxury purses.
Now, inside these designer and luxury purses, are there also some little tidbits of fun, or is it just the name?
It's just the name. So what most people assume is that these are secondhand purses, but our board members, actually, it is one of the expectations of being a board member at Nevada Women's Fund, they each donate annually a designer purse. And we have everything this year from a $4,500 Gucci to this beautiful Ferragamo, Tory Burch, you name it. We'll have, the average purse will be valued at over $1,000. We'll have close to $30,000 worth of purses in the room.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the Ferragamo name in and of itself, I bought myself 2 pair of Ferragamos on eBay. Exactly. Because that was my budget.
Exactly.
But this is fantastic.
Yes, it is. It is all about empowering the woman who carries the purse.
Yeah.
So we love to share that it is a very equitable fundraiser. It is not a live auction. If it was a live auction, the woman in the room with the most money would win the purse. You buy raffle tickets. We have jars that sit next to each purse. You put your raffle ticket in, so the school teacher has the exact same chance of winning as somebody who has all the money in the world.
I love it. So someone with the eBay budget can still walk away with a Ferragamo.
That's right.
Fantastic, Isla. Well, let's talk about where the money from this fundraiser and what you do. Where does this money go?
Yeah. So as you know, Nevada Women's Fund has been around 42 years. Our mission is empowering women to achievement. We believe that starts with education. So the money, the funds raised at all of our signature events go to everything that we do to ensure that we can award scholarships annually. This past year, we awarded $525,000 to 149 local Nevada women because we want to retain our local talent. I know.
I love that.
Yeah. So in our history, we've awarded over $10.5 million. This event truly does fuel the impact that we can make in our community.
And when we're talking about getting these women, uplifting these women in our community, give us a success story.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I love to talk about success stories. Let's see. Mariluz Garcia, our county commissioner, received a scholarship from us in 1997. I could go on and on. Dr. Frida Holka, probably the most beloved surgeon here in Northern Nevada, received a scholarship from us when she was in med school. And Sandra Douglas Morgan, who's now the president of the Las Vegas Raiders, at one point was a University of Nevada poli-sci student who wanted to go to law school, thought there was no chance that her family would be able to afford it, got a scholarship from Nevada Women's Fund. Fast forward, she is now the president of the Las Vegas Raiders.
And one of the very few female presidents in the Nevada NFL.
That is correct.
Yeah. Fantastic. Oh, well, you've got a storied history, the Nevada Women's Fund. We are so proud to partner with you and have you here to tell us about Power of the Purse. How do people get involved?
Go to our website, nevadawomensfund.org. VIP tickets are sold out. The only way to get a VIP ticket now is to be a sponsor, but sponsorships close in the next couple of days. You can go to our website, buy a general admission ticket for $75. That will get you in the door, 2 drinks, dinner, small bites throughout the evening, access to all the 44 vendors so you can do your holiday shopping, and then an evening of really spectacular fun.
So vendors, tell us about some of the vendors that you have.
Yeah, so it's a curated shopping experience. It's not a craft fair. We bring in some of our favorite local vendors, Boucher Chocolates, Stylish Scribe, let's see, Labels, Consignment Store, Isha Casa Grande. So there's clothing, there's candles, there's jewelry, there's food. You really have a vast array of products that you can buy, not services. That's what we want to talk about. We want you to have your shopping bags and walk out saying, I'm ready for the holidays. My shopping is done. You supported local, and the majority of the vendors in the room are female-owned businesses.
And remind me again how much raffle tickets are. How do you get those raffle tickets to get the purse?
Well, the more you buy, the cheaper they get. So, it's like 5 for $25, but you can get 100 raffle tickets for $100. That goes a long way throughout the evening. There's levels, and the more you buy the
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot of girl math. We do a lot of girl math.
Hello. My 8-year-old tells me, my son, he goes, Mom, I do math way better than you. I'm like,
I own
this
it.
is true. Yep. Well, Isla, thank you so much for being here this afternoon. We wish you such a successful event and continued history.
Thank you.
Through uplifting women in Northern Nevada and the whole state.
Yeah.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+U Nevada? Have a Mom to Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+U Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+U Nevada. Or you can email us at 2+UNevada@ktvn.com. With Thanksgiving 8 days away, we want to remind you that Catholic Charities of Northern Nevada will be handing out Gathering Together baskets tomorrow and Friday on a first-come, first-served basis. Tomorrow at the downtown 4th Street location, hours are from 8 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. Baskets will be given out tomorrow at the Moana Lane location as well from noon to 4. Baskets will be given out in Sun Valley at Gepford Parkway on Friday from noon to 4. Now for some What in the World Wednesday. Some Illinois farmers have been working on a project to raise money for a good cause. 2026 Boudoir calendars featuring sexy farmers. It's meant to be lighthearted. The money raised from calendar sales will go towards an Illinois farmers' mental health program. The initiative operates a 24/7 confidential helpline for farmers and their families. And we are leaving you with that thunder from the Prairie State this afternoon. Thank you for inviting us into your home. We look forward to joining you every weekday at 3 for 2+U Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.